Hello everybody, welcome back. So today we're learning a variation for the palate whistle. This one's, I call it the palate whistle lip warble. It sounds kind of like this. The mechanism for this is actually exactly the same I find as for the pucker whistle palate tapping variation, which I also teach on my channel. So if you're interested, please check that out. I like to think about these warble whistles in a way that there's actually two variations of the same whistle, and you just toggle between one and the other really fast. So for this style, there's obviously and so there's one where you open the lips and one where you close them. There's two ways to close the lips depending on the pitch. So that you can close the lips only in the middle, or you can close them in the middle and on one side. So that means you're only letting the air out from one, let's call it a hole. Now, one thing to notice about this is, at least the case is for me, that the pitch seems to dictate at which position I need to open the lips. So it might not be immediately obvious, but when I go for the low notes, I only use one side. Like that's probably the lowest I can go. Maybe not that realistic, but it still works. And when I go up in pitch, I need to only close in the middle. So there's air coming out from both holes at the same time. This probably will be different for you if you have a different set of teeth, for example. If your teeth are more level, mine aren't. They're quite like all over the place, but the whistle still works. Or if your lips are slightly more puffy. I found some people on YouTube have quite puffy lips, and they can do it quite similarly, but the position is kind of different. So I would encourage you to look for other videos too, if you can find them. But let's get started with the other sound. So you already need to know this. Obviously for this, I would recommend you start learning this, if you care, as soon as possible, because it will make you whistle more and have much more fun. But we're gonna start by closing the lips in the middle. So we go, make sure air is coming out from both sides of the mouth. So you might be able to hear a kind of faint whispery sound, but if you get like nothing, say it sounds like this. Just like a weird wannabe whistle. That's okay too, because now we're going to do three things. So the first thing is we're gonna move the edges of the mouth like so and look for the whistle. That's the purpose. You can also try closing one side and only allowing the air to exit from one side of the mouth. So you can already hear, for me specifically, on these pitches, it tends to work on only one side. I do not know why it doesn't work on both. I have no idea. So try and find a position where the whistle kind of works, and then just work on that. You can already start to open and close the mouth. It's pretty fun. So go, even if it's not like perfectly crisp, that's okay. That'll become much better with practice, so don't worry about it. And when you go up, you try out also pulling the lips in a bit more. Like when I go up in pitch, I don't need to do this. I just do this. You can also try changing the position of your jaw, so you can pull it down slightly or push it forward. So all these positions, there's probably hundreds or thousands of combinations, like small variations. So just play with the sound, pick a pitch where you're the most comfortable with. If you find one pitch works, then just work on that. Try and find like the neighbors of it, like the next pitches that work. That's good. And in time, you'll master all the pitches. You can do like scales, go up and down, or just like a slow, like a walk. And let's say if I had something else to say. Well, I was meaning to say the purpose of this, or what this is the best for, would be for whistling really fast notes, because you can kind of get many notes out really quickly. Or if you have to go up and down accurately in some scale, for example, it's really good for that. And also this tends to work for when performing for children. I find kids, they love it when they can kind of like see what you're doing. The feedback you get from kids tends to be quite honest. So if you make kids laugh at this style in a good way, then I think you're doing a lot of things correctly. So I wish you good luck with your practice. I think I will be following this up sometime in the future with another similar technique or yet another variation. So please stay tuned for that, and good luck with your practice. Keep whistling and have fun.